Now there's an interesting little point. I think we get to hear a little bit of vocal fatigue there.
Sound check.
G'day, welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan and today we are reviewing the marvellous voice of Morissette. You already know, if you've watched my other Morissette reaction videos, that I'm a fan. I think she's fantastic. And today's going to be no different. In fact, I'm drawn to this performance because it is so raw. It is so authentic. This is just Morissette sitting in a room, one camera. In fact, the quality of the camera is not great. It's so underproduced. It's just so good. And it really does reveal the amazing crafted vocal that Morissette is able to deliver. We'll talk about it as we go along, so we're going to jump straight in, but I really want you to listen out for the way she's able to manage her tone, the way she crafts and shapes her resonance throughout the piece, through the different phases of this song is outstanding, and that's going to be a real feature. So I want you to listen out for it. Let's enjoy this together.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game.
And straight up, what did I tell you? That shaping of the tone is just majestic. Can I highlight, she's not holding a mic here. The mic is almost certainly sitting above. I don't know where the mic, it might be sitting underneath, but she's certainly not able to move the mic, to manage the mic. All of the dynamic change is going to be happening from her raw voice. And this is a really high-end skill to shape it like she does. The nuance that she's able to establish in the dynamic shift, but as a result, in the weight of her resonance and tone. Very good.
Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try to find gravity.
And one of the reasons why she's able to shape the tone so well is because she's so connected to the piece. She's delivering it straight down the camera. She's not letting us go, is she? She's grabbed us from the very beginning. She's communicating straight down the barrel. As she's communicating, she's shaping, she's coloring, she's thinking about her tone and the way that needs to be landscaped. And it's so good. Her articulation is second to none. She never over dictates. You know, the consonants aren't suddenly all crisp and tight. The clarity of the consonants in team with the beauty of the vowels just leaves us with this just wonderful sound.
I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down.
Lest I be accused of just purely fangirling over this, that's probably the one area, that one little vocal line I would have preferred to have heard as being straight. It's a preference. It's not even an opinion. It's just purely a preference, because there's nothing wrong with what she just chose to do. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I dare say you'll all think I'm raving mad and there's nothing wrong with it, because there is nothing wrong with it. I just would have preferred to have it straight, because nearly for the rest of the piece, she does give us a relatively straight performance. She makes it her own, but it's relatively straight in its melodic design.
I'm through accepting touching limits. 'Cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love.
Oh, this is why she's so good. Have a listen to the way she treats the bottom note. We spend so much time and attention on the top notes, the really high stuff. But have a listen to the way she moves through those low notes. You could almost be excused for just skipping over them, sort of throwing them away. But she doesn't. She actually glances them and comes through. Have a listen.
'Cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing
There we go.
love. I guess I've lost.
Yeah.
Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost.
There's another one. But in that one, she didn't over-embellish. And so I kind of wish she had have done that in the first one, because I like that. We'll listen to it again. I like that because it really does make it her own piece without it being too much. Be kind in your comments if you disagree with me.
Long I've been
Here it is again.
Losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost.
Different melodic line. I like it.
Defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity, and you can put me down.
I love the way she starts to build some vocal effects in here beyond her just the beautiful tone that she produces to give us texture. And that is just another layering that it maintains vocal interest. And just while I'm thinking of it, I want to just tell you about something that we don't hear in this performance. It's interesting for its absence, and that is her whistle tone. I think that's fantastic. I've said in one of my other reaction videos about Morissette's use of whistle tone is it's exquisite. She doesn't ever use it purely as a show-off piece. There's so many performers present whistle tone as if, listen to what I can do. Morissette never uses it like that. And the very fact that she doesn't use it in this piece is proof of my point, that she uses it in the most appropriate way. And throughout this song, there's not really an appropriate time to use it, and so she doesn't. Thank you, Morissette. Thank you for not overdoing whistle tone. Thank you.
Gravity, kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity, and you can put me down.
There's that gutsy growl. Love it. Now, there's an interesting little point. I think we get to hear a little bit of vocal fatigue there. Remembering she's been sitting in that chair, I'm pretty sure she's sitting in that chair doing a whole session of songs. And there was a whole session of music theatre pieces. Big songs. And she ends on one of the biggest, I would dare say, with Defying Gravity. And we just hear a little bit of fatigue sneak in there. Of course. I mean, duh, of course you would. When you've been doing big pieces, one single sitting, of course the voice is going to fatigue. She is managing it like a pro, and that, so my observation that the voice is just a little bit of fatigue sneaking in is not a negative at all. It's just for us to be able to be educated in learning where to hear it, how to hear it. I'll play it again for you. We hear the clarity of the tone. There's just a little bit of air sneaks in, and we lose that clean clarity. It's only for the briefest of moments, and then she's able to adduct cleanly again. Have a listen. Here it is.
Unlimited.
There. Have a listen to that again. Eh. The voice just doesn't quite hold that vowel, and we get to hear just that little bit of leakage of air.
Unlimited.
There.
The future is unlimited.
And you might say, well, why did it not then continue? Because she was able to just apply that little bit more weight to her phonation, which causes the adduction of the vocal folds to just press together ever so slightly more, which gives us a cleaner tone. And that's what happens with a fatigue voice. When a voice has started to fatigue, one of the reasons that the fatigue takes place is because the vocal folds start to retain some fluid, and it's a protective mechanism. The more fatigued a voice becomes, the more effort a singer will find themselves intuitively wanting to apply. It's the one thing that we shouldn't do to a fatigued voice, but often that's what the singer will respond with. I don't think we're hearing that in this performance. I think we're hearing the singer appropriately build the dynamic of the piece, but nonetheless, that's why we don't hear the continuance of that breathy edge that I identified for the fatigued point.
And I just had a vision, almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy. True, the vision's hazy.
One way she could, if I might be so bold, one way that we could have her manage that fatigue a little bit more is for her to retract the vocal folds on that intake of air. Hear how the vocal folds don't quite get out of the way of the inflow of air, and so we get a... And so one of the ways we manage good tension or manage tension is through our breath management. Have a listen here. You just hear that quite a loud intake of air. Have a listen.
I know it sounds truly crazy. True, the vision's hazy, but I swear someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity, and you can't pull me down.
Hear that? We're going to hear it a few more times. Her voice blows the mic out. Like the amplitude of this voice is such that the mic is peaking out. And because this is a one-take wonder, they can't fix it. It's just happening.
Gravity, and you can't pull me down.
Hear that little crackle? There it is again. Yeah. Something I haven't mentioned yet, and yet she's so good at it, is her placement. The position of her voice throughout the entire piece. We could take it right back to the beginning, and by all means, go and have a watch of this start to finish. The placement is zero perfect. Like she's right in the center, and she doesn't let the voice move. And you kind of almost see it in her smile, where she's positioning. Yeah.
So if you're trying to find me, wrapped in the western skies, as someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying
love it. Fly! Like it's this just... It's got a sense of spoken value to it, doesn't it? But she sirens it, and so you get this big moment, but it actually doesn't cost her very much to do that. It's very clever. Have a listen to it again.
wrapped in the western skies, as someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. For those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them
There's just that moment, you can hear that breath, and now I'm being picky. I really am. And it's only for educational purposes. But we just hear that little, we don't quite get the clean intake of air that I would want to. If I ever had the opportunity to work with Morissette, what a treat that would be. Just that little bit of a cleaner intake of air, a little bit stronger retraction, which has to come driven by the abdominal wall releasing to allow the diaphragm a quicker descent as the retraction of the vocal folds takes place. But I'm being like super picky.
Take a message back from me.
Hear that?
Tell them hi and defying gravity. I'm flying.
There it is again.
Defying gravity, and soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of us knows it that there is a was is ever gonna bring me down.
Big notes. Big notes.
Bring me
And she deserves that little embellish at the end. She deserves that. She deserves it because, wow. I mean, I've worked on this song with other singers and everyone, bar none, is freaking out about the last notes because it's already been a big sing up until that point, and the voice is already typically under tremendous load. It's sort of a culminative sort of loading of the voice. And so if you get there and the voice is already locked up, they're hard notes. Not for Morissette. She just, well, there it is. Can I encourage you, go and have a watch of it start to finish uninterrupted. It's so good. And I hope you do hear my critiquing, my analysis, where I am reviewing her little finicky things as just that. Some of the things I've said are purely preferential. Some of them are just if we were to workshop really specific areas, they would be the things I would focus in on. Just a little bit of retraction of the vocal folds to just create efficiency. You know, the number one thing for a professional singer in their development is efficiency. Morissette has efficiency because you can't do that at the end of a full set of singing. Sing Defying Gravity that well, one take, and not be efficient. But I hope you've enjoyed the analysis today. We do these analyses every week. We do, and I hope you're enjoying them. Please leave the video a thumbs up. Leave your comments below. I do read them and value your feedback, your insights into what you're hearing. Because let's face it, I don't catch everything, you know, and I'm learning as we go along as well. I do hope to see you again soon. In the next vocal analysis, I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.